Akufo-Addo gave us all hope. Even though later we found out that a large portion of the speech he read to us on his inauguration as president, after he had waited in opposition for a long time to be president, was plagiarized, and nobody was sacked. We still paid people to write plagiarized speech for the president. And that's why some people say, in fact, some of the things he said on the 7th of January 2017, he doesn't believe them. That's what people say. He gave us hope. And part of the hope was that I shall protect the public purse. And that the public sector is not a place to become billionaires. And that focus on the private sector. Danny, play that video for me, President Akufo-Addo.
I shall protect the public purse by insisting on value for money in all transactions. Public service is just that, service and not an avenue for making money. Money is to be made in the private sector, not the public, and measures will be put in place to ensure this.
I shall protect the public. He was very definite. Today, I shall protect the public purse. I shall protect the public purse is paying appearance fees. It is the same administration that promised to safeguard the public purse. The same folks who promised a less tax, more productive economy. They promised to uphold the constitutional ethos of freedom and justice. I shall protect the public purse. Ghanaians are faced with multiple hardship. The government's priority is on exacting more revenue from our pockets. But you should hear the things that Honorable Kennedy Ejapon is saying. And he played a video for me.
Give her a dime. And Dr. Mwakuba, listen to me here. Me, I don't like people like that, honestly. I have vowed not to insult. I can never blast the beer. I do a Chief of Staff called me. I went there. Said, now this is what she's saying. I swear my mother's grave. Chief of Staff gave me 120,000. Deposited in Ajwa Safo's Fidelity Bank account. Please, Amwakuba, what do you know?
So a lot has been done.
Yes, I'm telling you. I put the money there in the Fidelity account. Ask her PA if what I'm saying is not the truth. Well, now we are in opposition. The way Ajwa is treating the party is clearly showing that we are in opposition. And this shouldn't be tolerated at all.
You know, the
And that's a video from Asase Radio, by the way. Thank you. This is Honorable Kennedy Ejapon. The things he's saying, that 120,000, we don't know if it's dollars or cedis, was given to him to pay into the account of lawyer Ajwa Safo's MP for Dom Kwabinya, are the things I and some other media persons have been saying. And those their boys come attacking us. I keep telling you that they know the truth. They know what we say is the truth. They just don't want us to be the ones saying that. Listen, I say they know what we say is the truth. But they don't want us to say it. They want to say it themselves. Now, who is going to pay for the 120,000? Where was the money drawn from? And why was the money given to lawyer Ajwa Safo? Is IGP Dampare in this country? Is Special Prosecutor Lawyer Kisie Jabin in this country? Is the NIB or formerly BNI in this country? Is the Yoko there? If I said, or if another person, I'm sure if he had been a journalist, we would have come in a Rambo style to come and pick the person up. Chief of Staff, and that I shall protect the public purse. When you are pressing us to pay e-levy, You are going around the country organizing town hall meetings, and you are failing to even gather the people who will take the vote in parliament. So the town hall meeting, what's up? Because by the time we finish the town hall meetings in all 16 regions, half of the money we are looking for e-levy would have been spent. Half of the money would have been spent. You claim we don't have money, but you have 120,000 to spare to go and give for them to put into an account. For what purpose? And then there's a private jet that was sent to the US to bring Ajwa Safu. Henry quoted Mr. Kennedy, but he said it himself. Anka broke nation there. Private jet for Mobeng. On here that day. Ofe onukpa di ofe tuno. Ofe guy. Private jet oh. Private jet was used as structure to go and bring people in. To come and do the work that we already paid them to do. Because if you're a member of parliament, you get paid. Lawyer Joseph is a cabinet minister. She get paid. So, you are asking us to pay e-levy. You are hiring jets, aside what the president has to travel around, which monies are spent for, which how much we spend, we do not know. Now we are being told that we spend money, our taxpayers' money, to bring private jets into this country to go and carry people and bring them. Hey, I shall protect the public purse. You, Mr. President, you this morning, you are paying appearance fee. It is under your government that is paying appearance fees. And it's been said, you are paying appearance fees. Now, who funded that bill? The chief of staff ordered for a motorcade to be used to take her to her home when she arrived from the US on that private jet. Again, one money. So when you are pressing the poor man, then it show the photos of the market women. You are pressing the poor man and the poor woman on the streets to pay e-levy. You're already demonstrating to them how you misuse the money when you get it. These women sit on the sun all day. They have to fork out 2 cedis and 4 cedis to pay market tolls. All day. They sit in the sun like that. You don't care about the poor. No shelter for them. When you move the people from Agbogbuloshi, the onion marketer, you took them to Ajay Kotoku. Did you do the sheds for them? This is how people sit in the market just to make ends meet, get small kinky and fish to eat. You will go around and collect market tolls from them. And then you go and use it to pay appearance fee of 120,000 and also bring what you call private jet into this country for people to come and do the work that they already are paid to do. What crime did we commit? Danny, there's a Facebook post I made about 5-6 years ago about the NPP at the vetting table. And I'll read that story to you. This was me 6 years ago. 12 January 2016. No, not this one. This one is okay, let me read this one. I made this when John Mahama was in power. Our president is a very honest man indeed. He confirmed as part of his answers at the just ended meeting with the press that he has seen ECG bills in the sitting rooms of some of his friends and how much they owe the nation. In fact, he mentioned that some owe as much as 1,000 Ghana cedis, as less as 400 Ghana cedis. So the critical question on my mind stands. Is it just enough to mention that people owe the nation, or could it have been a good citizenship if the president had given a directive, as we have often heard, for those monies to be retrieved, given the fact that he knows their addresses? Hashtag, we are all involved. I made this. Nobody attacked me. My friends in the ADC, they called. They say, you two you are jabbing us too much. These days, it is attack. Now, I want open this. Is that this one? No, not this one. Let me look for it. Maybe I'll talk about this. So, this is our present situation. This is how we are now as a country. This is how we are now. we started the painting, but we forgot to create an exit for us. So what we have built, we started in 1957. We have succeeded in derailing every single thing. We have borrowed so much, more than 5% of our GDP. See, it's bazaar. So now even the capital markets, we are unable to access those markets. And they put a spin to it and they tell you it is COVID-19. It is not COVID-19. Now, this is it. NPP rejects food and cash as transition meetings, December 30, 2016. When we had transition meetings, Danny, pull the story up now for me now. We had transition meetings. Spokesperson for the group at the time was Mr. Kojo Nkrumah, who today is the information minister. Of course, at the transition table, you have the shadow persons who will be taking over from the various places. So Kandapa was the representative on national security, eventually became national security minister and that sort of thing. Now, on this occasion, the NPP trying to give us so much false hope, because now they are paying appearance fee and forcing us to pay the e-levy. Question is Adwoa Safo trying to save Ghanaians from paying the e-levy? Because if Adwoa Safo appears, the numbers are complete. She is refusing to appear. And the government is pressing and insisting, even though everybody seems to be telling the government that we are not ready for this at this time. We have not accounted for how much we are spending on the town hall meetings. But this was the false hope that we were given. 30th December 2016. It says the New Patriotic Party has parried a perceived trap by the outgoing National Democratic Congress. And I'm reading from Daily Guide website, just so you know. Administration to pay allowances to its MPP members on the transition team. According to the members of the MPP side of the team, they rejected perks that come with the job on the basis that the economy cannot support such perks. Pause. What was Ghana's GDP then? What was the exchange rate then? How much was fuel at the time? What was our inflation figures? And between then and now, when the economy could not support it, were we flying people in private jets in the manner in which we are doing now? Were we pressing people to pay e-levy? Were people crying on a daily basis that when I go and buy fuel, it doesn't last? These are the questions that we must ask. They rejected it. Now, spokesman for the team and member of the parliament elect for Ofuasia Yerbi, Kojo Nkrumah, says the MPP stand is part of the incoming Akufo-Addo government's austere measures to rescue the ailing economy. This was what we were told. It's part of the austere measures to rescue the ailing economy. Mr. Nkrumah explained that everybody pays for his food without any government support, adding that lunchtime members drive out to feed themselves individually. He said the team wrote to the chief of staff at the office of the president to communicate the party's position to the presidency. This is it. NPP rejects food and cash at the transition table. Today we are paying appearance fee. And I'll say the appearance fee for so many times. Even Black Stars don't take appearance fees. Now the question I want to ask is this. Danny Pooh, what perhaps started this whole Adwoa Safo thing for me? The back and forth with Mrs. Kwashiga of the school feeding program. I have said before here, Mr. President, I don't know how to govern. I have not stood for national elections before. I cannot instruct you on how to govern, but I can tell you how your governance is impacting my life. And your governance at this time, Mr. President, where it feels as if some positions are the birthright of others, it must end. Let's go back to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Today it's exactly 56 years. Let's go back. Let's go back to those days. You kept the finance minister position for Ken Ofori-Atta even when he was sick. And he was kept away from the public. You kept it for him. Adwoa Safo has been on leave. She still is a minister for gender, children, and social protection. Tell me what kind of gender and social protection we are doing. She's been on leave. The ministry is running. Madam Cecilia Dapa is handling that in addition to her sanitation ministry. Now, are we by any stretch of imagination suggesting that there are no people within the MPP who can take on that role? Because you told us that you were a man in a hurry. You told us that you're a man in a hurry. You told us that you protect the public purse. You told us that you move us from taxation to production. Now look at how many taxes we are paying. Buy a bottle of water from a supermarket and give me the receipt. The other time we went to buy meat pie. The pie itself cost so little. By the time they finished printing, the taxes were about half of the price of the pie. We are paying so much. And we are flying people in and out in private jets. That's where the pain is. I showed you the market women. I showed you them. I showed you the market women. They sit in the sun all day. Pay their 2 cedis as revenue to the assemblies. And this is how the monies are used. You have 120,000 to spare to put in an account to do what? 120,000. Now, this is a suggestion by some people that this could have started the back and forth. So, you remember that there had been news that there's some bit of corruption within the school feeding program. And then the Odi Ottering Patem rule had not been activated. So, Madam Adwoa Safo sacked Mrs. Kwashiga. This is wife of former Health and Agric Minister, Major Courage Kwashiga, retired, bless his soul. He sacked the woman. And then the next day, wrote a letter to say it was an administrative error. That you, minister, appointed by the president, and mind you, this person was also appointed by the president. So if you're going to sack an appointee of the president, the rightful thing to do is to go to the president and seek advice or counsel. My understanding is that that was not done. The woman was sacked. The next day, I'm told that some reinstatement happened and we called it administrative error. So if you would monitor from that time, Lawyer Adwoa Safo had taken a back bench, literally. Now, how on earth do we pay somebody as a cabinet minister? How on earth do we have somebody as our MP who is absent and never present? And then when it is time for that person to be present, he has to take our meager taxes that we have to go and fly a private jet and bring those people home. And then even when they come, they refuse to turn up for the purpose for which they were brought. And you want to convince me that at this point, with all the wastage that is happening, your best bet is to impose on me an e-levy, and you expect that I'll pay when you are giving me false hope that you are rejecting food, snacks, at the table where transition of government happened. You rejected it. You made a public show. We applauded you. Me, I did. I showed you. I applauded you. I wrote about it. I said this is a good sign to believe in and to begin with. Now here we are. Here we are at this time. And the things that Mr. Ejapon said are no different from things I've said here before. But when I say it, I get attacked. When he says it, it is law. When you yourselves admit and say it, it is okay. When Johnnie Hughes says it, he has something against the MPP. He doesn't like the president. And I've asked you before, if I hate the president, what do I get? Because as a boy, when we were young, the president, he used to hobnob with my late uncle Marcus Hughes. They were the big boys in town at the time. So he knows, why would I hate him? Why? Why would I hate him? Marcus Hughes, Jimmy Akwanda, why would I hate him? Hate him and do what? I'm saying that you made a promise that you shall protect the public purse. You made a promise and told us that if you want to make money, it is not in the public sector. You promised us so many things. I am just reminding you that be true to the principle and keep your promise. Stop paying appearance fees. And if the IGP is minded to do his job, if the boss of Yoko are minded to do their job, if the special prosecutor is minded to do their jobs, they would move and start asking the right questions beyond picking people in Rambo style. Because you know what? When the MMDC elections were about to happen, we also saw cases where people were on camera to have said that I gave you money, you didn't endorse me, so bring back the money. What actions have we taken? And it is all part of the Venn diagram of we have the men, we have the women, and what is happening. Good morning.